It's all righty. So we should be good to go. We should be live on YouTube. What's uh-oh? We don't want to start with uh-oh.
Oh, it's time.
Did you get frozen? No, there you are. Okay. So we're live. We'll see how many folks end up joining us. I did not individually reach out to people this week, but I did put it everywhere. So hopefully folks will be able to join us here.
All right.
And go ahead and shout out that Jason is on location, enjoying his long weekend.
In a cabin in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Nice, Dahlonega. That's cool. You went there, Zach, right?
I did.
Yeah, I remember you made a video.
Late June. I did a wedding up there. And so stayed in Dahlonega and got to tour the city.
They give you the keys. They give you the keys, Zach.
One day I'll get the keys to the city. So we talked about this offline or off live earlier,
making y'all sick.
For those of y'all that watched last week, you could see coming at you from the Fortress of Solitude this week, so that nobody will talk poorly about my lack of setup here.
The shame he felt afterwards. And then I come in here with this shoddy setup with crazy.
We're just glad you were able to make it, though, even though you're out of town.
Yeah. Yes. Very glad that the Wi-Fi was able to work for you and you were able to hop on.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. Maybe I can change the angle. You guys are getting horrible. This is horrible. But I'll figure it out.
What's up, Rich? Glad you could join us.
Hello.
You had a busy week. Enjoyed seeing you at the with the antique car show earlier. Well,
you saw it there?
At least not. Well, I saw his video. It was down in Florida, but I guess it wasn't all antiques though, because they had some nice cars going on at that. I don't know if that's a yearly thing in Kissimmee, but man.
Is it Kissimmee or is it Kissimmee?
I thought it was Kissimmee.
I've heard it both ways, but I say Kissimmee.
There are so many cities in Florida that we pass on our way down there that I'm like, I wonder how you pronounce that. For the longest time, Micanopy.
Okay, I see that one.
I had no clue how to pronounce Micanopy.
I thought it was Mycanope.
I think if you're Mario, it's a Kissimmee.
I think it was. We called it My Canopy for quite a while.
My Canopy, I like that.
Canopy, but Micanopy. Rich just wrote My Canopy, so maybe I may.
My Canopy. Oh, that's
so it is My Canopy.
I don't know, but that's how I pronounced it forever. I was
like it.
Maybe it's Micanopy because I think I heard somebody say that. It's like, all right.
It's like it's funny because like some of those places, even the people from there disagree about what to call it. So I wonder if that's one of those situations.
My favorite, one of the Florida bloggers was out this way, and Rich says here. Let me put this up there. Rich said it was the way I said it, so it's Micanopy. All right. So I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Tampa J was out here, and he was somewhere up in Oh, yes, I remember what city it was because Jess and I died laughing. Like we had to go back and he, and I'm going to say it like he said it, and y'all are going to know exactly what city I'm talking about. But he was filming from Ottawa.
Ottawa?
Come on.
Ottawa.
Yeah, I just
up in Cherokee
changed my brain right when you said
Ottawa.
it.
Jess and I got to laugh at that.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, what are places in Cherokee County? You know, I haven't been in Georgia fully in 25 years. So I'm like,
but you're not in Georgia anymore?
No, I'm in Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been in Alabama pretty much since I graduated. So, well, I guess it's about 23 years. But yeah.
He got out, Jason.
He ran from us. Wow. Listen, I ran in, you ran out. I guess that's
college is here. College was here. So, and then I just remained.
You
after
just
college.
stayed.
So
See,
Well,
college was
I'm-
here for me.
Okay.
College
Kennesaw?
was right down the road.
Did you go Kennesaw State?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
13th grade, baby. That's what we called it. Remember, 13th grade. Just go to KSU.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
it's not that way anymore. But man, that's the way it felt back then. Everybody went to KSU.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I know most people we went to high school with either went to Kennesaw State or UGA. That's where it seems like everybody went.
Because nobody could get into tech.
Yeah. Although I had my heart set on going to tech when I was a kid, and I actually could have gone to tech, but then I came to Huntsville, and then I went to University of Alabama Huntsville. So
You liked your money a little bit. That's what you did. You
yeah.
liked your money. I mean, can I just be honest? This sounds horrible, but no shade to Coach Ford, who went to Georgia Tech, who's now the cross country coach at East Pauly. But I'm like, bro, you could have spent a whole lot less money to teach math. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You spent a lot of money to be a math teacher, bro.
Just to teach.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'm just like, but whatever, that's fine.
If you're going to tech and not majoring in engineering, what are you doing?
Well, here's the thing: is that was a big touchy subject for me and the wife when Joshua was thinking about when he went into engineering or whatever. And she's like, "What is it? He just needs to go to wherever for a couple of years and then transfer to tech." And then I was like, "You hate your money. You hate your money. Our kid has the Zell Miller. You hate your money. No,
Yeah.
the Zell Miller won't even touch how much we'll have to spend for him to go there. So
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
It really does. And then he graduates with no debt, which is
Yeah,
I feel like
awesome.
Mario.
Fantastic.
It's a me. Wait, do you know it actually what did you say it was? It's not it's a me, Mario. What is it? It's Sumi?
No, it's a me. A Mario.
I thought he said
Right.
something else.
No, it's a me. Did y'all do your homework?
Yep.
A little bit.
You got your draft ready?
A little bit. I got some ideas. So
I do. I've got my draft. But listen, don't be making fun of me looking at notes. Okay.
Hey,
I gotta look at
I got-
notes.
I got my phone pulled up. I got
Well, last week I was
on
looking
here.
and
So.
you're like, are you reading that off of something? I'm
Hey,
like, we're old.
we're all of the squirrel mentality. So I knew I needed to write some stuff down to try to keep us streamlined a little bit. But just I guess before we get into that, we can refresh everybody of our round one draft pick that we made last week. I guess we could call them our team leaders. And y'all said I copped out and chose Mario.
Yes, so lame. So
y'all
lame.
were on me. Y'all were on me for that. Maybe I'll redeem myself with my other picks, but
Maybe so.
I'm taking
We'll see.
Mario's round one.
Can these be? Do these be any video game genre, or can it be
Yes,
just Nintendo? Okay.
I put no restrictions on this.
Oh,
But
God, that
it
may
could
change
be-
a couple of things. I guess I was.
Are we
thinking.
still going to do those categories that you suggested earlier?
It's up to y'all, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
I chose strategically from those categories.
So I had Commander Shepard. Zach, you had Mario. Who did you have, Jason?
Jason
Solid
had Solid
Snake.
Snake.
Solid Snake. Let's do this.
sir.
Let's put one restriction on it.
Okay.
And I don't know if this will change any list that you guys have come up with so far. I was thinking the characters got to be video game characters only, meaning they cannot come originally from TV shows or movies. So like the Turtles would be off the table.
Okay, got
that
you.
fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That'll change up. I'm trying to think how many that'll change up a couple for me.
Okay.
But I can come up with some of those on the fly. And I'll tell y'all who I'd originally chosen before we put that in.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I just thought that'll make it a little bit more interesting.
And I'll go ahead and say up front, since we prepared this stuff off air or we're doing it on air, I think it's fine if we end up having some of the same people, just simply because, again, we prepped this. So
I kind of prepped ahead of time. I made a list of 5 of each.
Yeah, I got several
just in
for
case.
each category.
Oh, look at y'all. Oh, look at me.
Well, if you give me an assignment, sir, Doctor, I'm going to do well on it.
All right. Well, who wants to lead us off with round 2?
Well, I think you should go first.
I
Me?
think, yeah, you were
the host.
man. You were as man.
Okay. So round two, and again, I don't know if y'all are sticking to the categories or not, but I'm going to say my tank here.
Yeah, let's go tank.
My tank character, the one that's going to bring in and take a lot of damage on behalf of the team before the restriction. Okay, before Azkhalon threw that one out there, my tank was going to be Superman. So I was going to have Superman be my tank, but that's okay because originally before I had Superman there, I had this other guy there, and I think he'll still fit this role wonderfully. But my tank is going to be Goro.
Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Goro
I like it.
from Mortal Kombat. So I've got Mario and Goro right now as my 1 and 2.
Okay. I'm gonna keep a list of this so that way I can make some sort of graphic or something after we finish because this is awesome. I want to post this to social media.
Well, we could for those that don't attend the live, we can post our teams or you can post and do a poll and see
who would win.
Best. Yeah.
Who's got the best put together team?
All right. Jason, you want to go second or you want me to go second?
You go second.
All right. So now, really quickly, before I say my second one, my tank, did we lift that restriction that we had last? Yes.
Yes, we lifted that because I went in with no restrictions. So
this guy is not. I mean, he's not known for taking a lot of damage, even though he can take a lot of damage. But usually, the enemies he goes against, they can deal out a lot of damage, but he can deal a lot of damage. So I still think this falls under tank category. You guys can let me know if you disagree. But I'm going with Kratos. Got to.
God of War.
Got to go with Kratos.
Bringing Kratos in. All right, Jason. Who we got?
So you guys may or may not agree with this one, but I'm going with Street Fighter series Zangief.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Zangief. So y'all got 2 fighting characters. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Zangief's a good one. That makes me think about Wreck-It Ralph. I love Zangief.
Yeah, he's great in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Another good tank character there.
Yep.
Ralph himself. All right, so round 3, I said that this would be I said agility or healer.
I feel like we're gonna have some of the same, but I got some extras. Okay.
But
so I got a couple.
Here's my agility. And because I'm also kind of thinking in the realm of if a team was put together in the movies, you have to have at least one female.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And so I was like, this is the perfect category for a female character. Lara Croft is.
Oh, see, that's not fair. That goes to that whole Crush video game thing.
Oh no, it does not. Are you kidding me?
So let me guess. So you're the leader, but she'll
Jones.
Okay, no, but you even though Mario will be the leader, everybody will let her lead the way. She'll be in front.
Maybe.
I was thinking about maybe putting in, the Crush category as our 6th one, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to do that because coming up with 5 was hard enough, especially for the different categories. Yeah, but Lara Croft's pretty good, especially in the newer Tomb Raider movies or games. She crafts all that stuff, so that's good. All right, my healer. I got to go with an iconic one.
We're agilities. We're still agility.
Agility or
healer or agility.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go with Mercy from Overwatch as my healer.
Ooh, that was one of mine. I had that one. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. I like that one. Let's see.
And that gives me a female as well. So there we go.
See, there's got to be one. I mean, if you're thinking like a full team, you got to have a female.
Let's see. Well, you guys kind of messed me up. Okay, so I'm not going to go with the girl character on this one because she was one of mine. You make me so mad. That was actually one that I had, and then I was like, I know. And
I gave you the opportunity to go second.
You know what I'm going to go? I'm going to go with Spider-Man. Who's more
Okay.
agile than
Whoa,
Spider-Man?
whoa, time out.
Who's
Wait.
a video game first, right?
Out. Time out. Azkhalon put these restrictions there saying it has to be from video games. Spider-Man was
Was
comic.
Was he a video game first? I
See,
don't know.
because I would have used Superman. But
That's
fine,
true.
you can have Spider-Man.
No, I got you. I'm going to use Pitt from Kid Icarus.
Okay. That's a good pick.
Yeah, Pitt.
He's good in
And you know
Smash
what?
Bros. Too.
And yeah, he is. And it's funny because like Kid Icarus is one of those games that I can pick up and play. And I don't know that being good at it's kind of one of those games that's forgiving because even if you lose, you still can keep playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's quick. He's nimble. You know, he's a cute guy.
All right.
He's
So
a cute character.
round 4, this was our support character. And Jess gave me this pick. I'll be honest. Jess was hearing me out, heard my list. And she gave me this one, but unfortunately it falls into the category of restrictions now. So this is another one that I have changed. Originally, my support character was going to be Dr. Bruce Banner.
Ooh. Okay, I like that one.
You get the intellect, and then if you need chaos, you get the Hulk.
You get the Hulk.
Yeah.
So I got to give props to Jess on coming up with that one, but now that one's in the garbage. So my support character, this one I thought outside the box up.
Okay.
But if I'm going to have support, I want somebody that is extremely intelligent, and in this case, scary. My support draft, I am picking GLaDOS.
Oh, I had GLaDOS down as one of mine.
He was lower for me, but yeah, that's not bad.
GLaDOS is awesome. Oh, that makes me want to play Portal again.
Yeah, Portal's a great game.
I need to finish Portal 2. I never beat that one, but awesome. That's an awesome pick. Oh, well, let me remove GLaDOS from my list.
Yeah.
All right, my support. My team leader is Commander Shepard. So I got to go with, Commander Shepard's partner in crime since you took GLaDOS away from me. So I'm going with Garrus Vakarian from Mass Effect.
Oh.
That's like Commander Shepard's right-hand man. So that's going to be my support character.
All right, so you guys may not have seen this. This one's gonna shock you. You're gonna be so mad you didn't think about this character. You're gonna be like, I changed my list. I want this one. But this is one of the most. This character had me in stitches. One of my favorite video game characters, support role model. I mean, I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, I never thought of this guy, Clank from Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that is a good one.
There's nothing he can't do.
Yeah.
Nothing he can't do.
It's awesome.
I mean, he's a genius. So yeah, love it.
I like that one. That's a good pick.
Here we go. 5th round, final round.
I'm trying to get all the categories here.
Yeah, very well-rounded team. I like it.
What's the last category?
Our miscellaneous, so it can really be anything you want. Now, this hurts. This is the restriction that hurts me the most because this is my character that I had picked out for the longest because I knew he had to be on my team because he's one of my all-time favorites, period. And that was Gambit. Gambit was going to be my miscellaneous pick. He's my favorite X-Men. He would provide the comedy, and he would try to be hitting on Lara Croft the
entire time.
So, with that accent, yeah, for sure.
Yes, so Gambit was my pick there. So going back to having to pick video game characters, I have to go classic. Y'all are gonna say I'm copping out again on this one, but let me explain my reasoning because I think it fits this category perfectly. But my 5th pick is gonna be Kirby. And that is simply because whatever I need, Kirby can swallow them and become that.
That is true.
So Kirby fills that great miscellaneous thing. Plus, that'll bring comedy. Kirby would be like, Kirby, go suck that guy up, and he will. So, also, phrasing is important, so I'm glad that I.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you waited to take that drink there, sir. We've had to have a big pause there.
Also, by the way, Starburst flavored sparkling ice.
We're sponsored by Ice. I'm ready for my money.
So-
Aren't you? As
So
Starburst.
got this at Kroger last night, and it legitimately tastes like the pink Starburst.
Wow.
I was floored.
I haven't
Does
seen
it taste
those,
like
those
instant
special
diabetes,
flavors.
Zach?
It's
Is it
got
instant diabetes.
It's got 5 calories and 0 sugar, so
Wow.
it makes me. It is carbonated, but it's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
All right,
I like the
Azkhalon.
sparkling ice.
Who
All
you got?
right. This one's tough for me because I was thinking, like, do I want to go strength here? Do I want to go with it more of a well-rounded team? Because I got, Kratos, a heavy hitter. I got some shooters with Commander Shepard and Garrus. Then I got Mercy there. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. So originally I was going to go Master Chief here.
Ooh, okay.
But
I didn't even think of Master Chief, man.
I got some other shooters, and I think Kratos standing in the front line. I don't necessarily need Master Chief, so I'm gonna go stealthy here, kind of with my pick. I'm gonna go with Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2.
Ooh,
That's a
That'll
good
be
one.
my miscellaneous. So that way he can sneak into places for me and jump off of buildings and handle the sneaking around for my team.
Okay,
Let's see,
Jason, who you got?
I was gonna show you guys a picture and see if you can guess who this guy is from the image, who I've
Awesome.
chosen. All right, see if I can pull him up so you can see if you can figure it out.
Is that Master Chief? Because that's who it looks like.
No, Doomslayer
Yeah.
from Doom. I don't know why that's a more. I probably should find the one that's like the more.
Yeah, that looks
Doom,
like
I will say,
kind of.
I know our picks are done now, but when I had a better thought than Kirby, and I'm really disappointed that this didn't come to me until after the fact. But you, Azkhalon, you triggered it when you said you have some shooters, and I was like, I really don't have any aside from Lara Croft. I was like, who would be a good gunner? Man, and he'd have been my 5th in a heartbeat if I'd have thought of him sooner.
thought of him. Duke Nukem.
Nukem.
Okay. I thought you were going to say the Doom guy, Doomslayer guy. I had thought of him as well, but yeah, I didn't think of Duke Nukem.
Yeah, Duke Nukem. But
awesome.
Yeah, I'll stick with Kirby. But
wait, Jason, what was your first pick again?
My very first pick, which was
Solid Snake.
Yeah, Solid Snake.
Golly.
Solid Snake.
I forgot again. All right, there we go. I got it now.
You got the teams.
Yeah. All right. So
Ready to go.
Zach's team, just to remind everybody, is Mario, Goro. I put Goru accidentally. Goro from Mortal Kombat, Lara Croft, GLaDOS, and Kirby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. My
Odd
team
spot.
is Commander Shepard, Kratos, Mercy, Garrus Vakarian, and Ezio. And then I forget his last name, the Auditory, I guess. And then Jason's team is Solid Snake, Zangief, Pit from Icarus, Clank, and then the Doom Slayer guy.
Fantastic.
I think I have the most well-rounded team. Guys.
I think you probably got more of the well-rounded. Yeah.
Zangief is fantastic pull.
He's a win right there. And
Yeah.
Clank, can you imagine Zangief and Clank together?
Yeah, their interactions would be pretty funny.
If it's Zangief from freaking Wreck-It Ralph, yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. That's
All right.
awesome.
All right,
Nice.
Jason, you have this thing that you want to drop on us. So
All right.
This is what I didn't prep much for.
Well,
It's okay. You don't need to prep much because I think this is one that you can access the deep, dark memories in your head, and you can pull it up on the phone while we're talking about it too.
Yeah.
I want to set the stage for you. Okay. I was born in 1973. These young men that I'm on the show with were born in 1985. So when we were all 10 years old, 1983, 1995, I wanted to give you some categories that we can look at 1983 versus 1995. This is called, it's the Tale of Two Eras. It's called Tech Time Travelers. Okay. So think about 10-year-old Az. Think about 10-year-old, Zach, little Z man, this, he's 10 years old. He doesn't even have armpit hair yet. What are some, so let's think about some things like, so I talked about so for me in 1983, this was the dawn of the computer age. We're not talking what you guys got. So for me, it was like, this was basically the personal computer, the Apple One, all of these computers. So I remember 1983 was huge. I mean, we still had like Space Invaders, but I was gonna talk about like, what are some things, and we can do what do you remember about being 10 years old? You were in 6th grade, 7th grade-ish. What do you remember about that time period? And then we can go into some things that we need topics. I want to talk about some fashion, which I think could be interesting. Video games, which could be interesting. Movies, toys. This could be this can also be more than a one show thing. We could jump back to Time Travelers. So it's Tech Time Travelers, but it could be everything. So let's talk about 1983. So we had Apple introduced the Lisa One, or the personal computer. You guys know, black screen, green font, all of that. And it floppy disk, with most people other than us, and would not even know what a floppy disk is. MS-DOS was huge. And the reason I remember so much of stuff in not just 83, but moving on into high school in the 80s, I actually knew MS-DOS really well. I had Mr. Quarles was my computer science teacher, and he was like, Jason, you're really good at computers. You really need to explore this. And this is when we were playing Oregon Trail and making a ball bounce on the screen. And I was like, Mr. Quarles, there's no money in computers. What are you talking about? And listen, this was maybe 1987. So you got to think those 80, I'm giving you 95, but you can jump into the 90s, but I'm saying that I remember that computer being out there, and I thought that computers it was cool, but I thought the idea of making money programming MS-DOS was just stupid. I didn't think there was any money in it. And I think if I'd listened to him, I would be a bazillionaire now. Yeah. But anyway, so talk about technology, 10-year-old technology. What are some things technology was? Because I had a Simon Says at that time. Was it the football video game? So let's talk about the differences.
1995, here in the U.S., we had 2 gaming systems come out and be released here for the very first time. We had the Sega Saturn.
Huge, yeah.
The Sega Saturn. And then groundbreaking, the PlayStation 1. The original PlayStation came out in 1995. So huge to start the Nintendo wars there. Nintendo, its only big console type release in 95, they released the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, because the 64 didn't come out until about a year or so later, right?
Yes, 96, I think.
Okay,
64 came out.
So most of my knowledge too, Zach, that I would tell you is that we were very poor. So a lot of my knowledge of this time was probably things that my friends had, not what I had.
Okay. Well, I was still playing my Sega Genesis at this time. I did not have a PS1, but continue, Zach.
I didn't get a PS1 until a couple years later. I was on my Sega Genesis and my Super Nintendo.
I didn't
Joe
have
Montana, little Joe Montana football.
Ken Griffey Jr. baseball, my
baseball, and then World Series baseball for me when I got my Genesis.
And Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. That was big. The biggest thing, and I know this isn't technology, but the absolute biggest thing to happen in 1995, the Braves won the World Series.
World Series, yeah.
Nothing is going to be a bigger memory than the Braves winning the World Series in 95. Yep. That was huge.
Oh yeah. I remember to this day, being so happy because, they had tried several years before that so many times. And so, oh, that's my wife. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
She likes my Disney mug. But yeah, they had tried so many times, and then to finally
let's
get
get
one.
a close up. Let's get a close up. What's on there?
Oh,
What do you got? Is it
it's
Christmas?
oh wait, hold on. I gotta
Happy
actually
holidays.
happy
Well,
holidays. And it's got,
Okay, nice.
yeah, one of those resort, mugs. But
Oh yeah, the free refills. Zach, what's your
yeah.
shirt?
My
Oh,
shirt
What's
is
your shirt, Zach?
Zach's
this
shirt.
is
Hold on. Best remove them.
Just remove them.
one of our,
What about
one
yours,
of our
Az? What
merch
do you got?
shirts.
Oh, I love it. I
Oh,
love
mine
it.
is
What you
just
got?
track state from 2023.
But
I
wearing
got my
this
Tennessee stuff.
in memoriam of Big Thunder, since it's closed for the
Oh.
year.
Yeah, I forgot to
So-
wear a Harry Potter shirt this time.
I think we all did.
Oh yeah.
Another big technology thing, but in a totally different realm of technology in 1995. We had the debut of what became a sensation for probably 5 years. But for anybody watching that was alive back then, I'm about to take you back because you had the debut of the Tamagotchi
Oh yeah.
Oh
in
yeah.
1995. The Tamagotchi. And boy, did those things die fast.
Oh yeah. But I
Literally,
remember
they
at one
died.
point everybody had one. Or at least, borrowing one from somebody and playing around with it. I never owned one, but I would play around with it. Like, some of my friends had one. So, and then they had another one like Gigapets or something.
Yeah.
The
Like something-
Gigapet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, you're talking about as far as 95, that whole thing, but like I was 95, 96 was my freshman year in college.
I got to put
So-
the cat away, so I'll be right
The
back.
freshman year in college, 95, 96. This is back when they had created like a computer lab that you could go into, and everyone went in there. It was for homework. It was for like looking stuff up on the internet. This is back when you could type in anything into a URL. And but like nobody was doing that because AOL had gotten started and everybody was going to these chat rooms.
Oh
So it was
yeah.
like chat rooms were huge back then.
Yeah, I remember chat rooms and the AOL Messenger and stuff like
You've
that.
got
That was
them.
cool.
If you've never witnessed the sound of the internet queuing up when you dialed in for dial-up, could you imagine? Could you imagine someone trying to stream on dial-up?
That's crazy. Yeah, I listen to this podcast and they have some transitions where they do the dial-up sound, and it's really cool hearing that. It takes me back. Like these kids nowadays, they don't know what it was like.
It's crazy to think that you guys were 10 when I was starting college. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So
that is insane.
it's crazy to think but like, I mean, Zach, it was crazy to get on the internet. And, I don't know if I said this around you guys, but like I was the only person, because I was 21 when I started college. And I was the only person, like out of all my friends, that had an actual apartment with real adult furniture. And I had a room that I had a computer and a dot matrix printer. Holla at your boy. I had a dot matrix printer.
He was living in style.
I know. For those of you who don't know what a dot matrix printer is, it basically had the little dots on the side, and that's what fed the paper through. And it was just one color. There was no multicolors, and it was just like you're printing papers. And sometimes your paper would print, and it wouldn't be like formatted to like each page, so you would have to hand in a paper with a half folded paper over. And
was that the ones too where you had to tear off the edges?
Yes.
Yeah, like
And,
it had the little borders on it.
Oh yeah, and I'd have a professor like, this is very unprofessional. I'm like, you don't even know how to use a printer, so take this.
Be
I
glad
felt
you
like
get
I was
it.
like,
Yeah,
take
be glad
this.
I turned it in.
I did not handwrite this. Come on. He said, the internet was when he started college in '99, so it was fast compared to dial-up. So, but now I'm thinking it was not
Nope.
fast. No, it was not fast.
Groundbreaking at the time.
Oh yeah.
But oh boy. All right,
What
Jason, you want to get us in another category of
I do.
looking back?
I want to talk about the because I think this is huge. Like, let's compare your 10-year-old toys to my
Mm,
10-year-old. Well,
I
or
got
my
some
friend's
ideas for
10-year-old
this.
toys. So think about, you can even look up trending 1995
Oh no, I ain't gotta look it up.
toys, okay, or what you had. But for me, and I want to see, like, do my 1983 toys trump the 1995 toys? I'm going to tell you the first one, and I don't think there's any discussion whether this is probably the best toy ever known to mankind. But there's two. But I'm going to give you the first one, and I think it's the end of the story. G.I. Joe.
Yep.
G.I. Joe started it all, man.
And
Yeah.
I know
G.I.
G.I. Joe was prior to that too, but 1983 was when it stopped being dolls, and it was like action
It was
That
figures
was when
with
the action figures came
with
about.
yeah with kung fu grips. You remember that, the kung fu? Yeah, maybe you. But anyway, the GI Joes were huge, so I'm going to give you that one. So you give me a toy that you remember, but GI Joes were huge.
Well,
Zach said he had all the GI Joes. Didn't you say that?
I didn't have all of them, but I did have
Okay.
a lot.
you had a lot of them.
I had a lot of the doll size ones too.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
really?
saying. Yeah.
So I was thinking of one, Zach, and I didn't really have these, but I kind of messed around at school with it. And actually, my wife reminded me of these, I think, a few months ago. But Pogs, I think, were really
Oh,
huge in
yeah.
'95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pogs.
And I remember people collecting them, having the
We
different
never-
designs and stuff.
There was a way that you played with them that was almost like slaps or something.
Yeah.
But we never played Pogs. We just collected.
Yeah, we just
Pogs.
had them. Like, and I remember people at school like trading them and various things like that.
I remember people trading it from being yours in your bag to in their bag and taking them.
Oh yeah.
Jokers. All right, so you've got Pogs. All right, what's yours, Zach?
I remember I was always big on collecting action figures, hence the G.I. Joe stuff. And I remember around this time, and it may not have been 95, it may have been a couple years before, but this is when I really started collecting the Ninja Turtles action figures from the show and the Power Rangers action figures.
I was gonna say
Power
the Rangers.
Power Rangers were huge. The 95s and Power Rangers were huge. He said I reminded you of
Dixie's
Pogs
taking credit.
Squid Game.
Oh yeah. We were watching Squid Game. Yeah, that's right.
And
because they play a game similar to that.
Oh yeah. The one that I actually didn't. I was a huge G.I. Joe fan, but also 1983 ushered in a lot of the Star Wars action figures.
Yeah.
The Star Wars action figures were huge in that time, but I've got one more, and I don't know if you guys were big He-Man and the Master of the Universe fans.
Yeah.
He-Man was masters. He goes, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. If you've never watched that, go onto YouTube, watch some He-Man.
I'm excited for the live action He-Man movie we're supposed to be getting.
Oh, there's a live action He-Man movie?
I'm pretty sure we're getting a live action He-Man movie.
I've heard rumors for years about it.
We may have to do a matchup between characters fights, like who wins, Luke Skywalker or Duke from G.I. Joe. Who wins? You know what I'm saying? We have to match up down the road. All right, so go. So
that's cool.
So, all right, so what's the next one?
I'm trying to think of.
I know we had movies and music on there.
Yeah, because I can't think of any
what
more
other
toys.
toy? What other toy? You don't have any other toys?
I can't think of any. I know Toy Story came out that year, so I remember the
Toy
Buzz
Story
Lightyear.
Yeah,
the Buzz Lightyear action figure.
Toy Story was the #1 movie.
Yeah,
it was the #1 movie.
And I used to think the Buzz Lightyear action figure was so cool with the wings, that came out.
That was one of Joshua's favorite toys when he was, because he was born in 2000. But when they started coming out with all the new releases in Toy Story, Buzz. I mean, the only way I could get him to pay attention in the car and not talk my ear off in the car when he's a baby is I would tell him to look. Buzz is in the sky, because he would see the lines of the jets and stuff flying.
Yeah,
I'd say that's Buzz, and he would stare at the window in the car, and I was like, that's so mean. But he would that's Buzz Lightyear, and I'm like, I know.
That's
to
hilarious.
Infinity. Oh, that's huge.
This is toy adjacent. Not exactly a toy, but something that most of us collected, and still to this day, there's some of my favorite cups. but this was the year that McDonald's released the Batman
Man
Forever.
Forever. Yes.
Batman Forever.
And
Oh, yeah.
because 95 was Batman Forever, so you had the Two-Face
yep.
and the Riddler.
Yeah, we
mug.
had those when I was a kid.
Those are
And I
some
don't
of
have
my
them anymore. I'm so upset about that.
We do.
Yeah.
I still got
You
those.
had you showed them in a video, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big.
That's
I
awesome.
That was
really
back when McDonald's did not slight when it came to.
Oh yeah, McDonald's
players
had
can
all
come in.
kinds of cool stuff back then. Yeah, I had a cousin that worked there, and she lived with us for a little bit, and she would get us like I think there was like this Disney or something train set, and yeah, she would come home with all the cool toys and stuff. Yeah, McDonald's toys were really cool back then. Now they get like just like a little whatever, and it's like
I know. Yeah, we had all those glass cups that were like the Cabbage Patch dolls.
Oh,
They had
okay.
the Smurfs, the strawberry shortcake.
Oh,
So I was
just
going back.
pulled the Disney cup.
I mean, to be honest with you, but see what's crazy about that is those cups would come in like you would get those, and it was such a big deal.
They were huge back then,
and that's why we love getting the ones
25th
like
anniversary
get the new
cups.
ones.
Look, they
We'll
got
get
the
the new ones
birthday
every
cake
year.
castle, baby. I don't know if.
Oh yeah, I can kind of
There
see
we
it.
go.
Yeah, the Fortress of Solitude is
Fortress
kind
of
of
Solitude's
taking over.
messing up your thing. So we also had Transformers. We had Cabbage Patch dolls. We
Transformers.
had Speak and Spell, Zach.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
only were we playing, but we were educating you too back then. Let's see. Let's see. Of course,
Yeah, we saw those at the
Legos.
Southern Fried Gaming Expo.
Hey, we had the Light Bright come out in '95.
Oh yeah, Light Bright.
Okay, well, we had the Light Bright in '83 as well. Was that? We had the Light Bright, but listen, do you know I had the Light Bright when I was little? It was probably the best gift I ever was given, but I was
Light
afraid
Bright
I was going
great.
I thought I was going to run out of the paper because I knew my mom or whoever, Santa wasn't going to bring me back more paper. So I would do one and leave it set up forever, and then like do another one in like 4 months and do it. And I was so I didn't want to do and run out of paper, and that's so crazy. Like that is crazy. Trivial Pursuit came out during that time.
Wow.
Candyland came out during that time. The Rubik's Cube came out during that time. Like I'm telling you, Pogo Ball. Come on, man. Like Care Bears. My Little Pony, Zach. I know that's your favorite. My Little Pony, the Viewmaster.
The Viewmaster, yes.
Wow.
The Etch-a-Sketch. The Etch-a-Sketch.
I love the Etch-a-Sketch.
I mean, and that was back when, but you think about all that stuff that, like, those huge games that were so massive that I feel like the 80s were a great time to live, y'all. I mean, I know you guys were hanging out in heaven waiting to come down, but like the 80s were such a beautiful time. Like it really was. Like it was like I feel like that was the Reagan years. I don't know. It was just really beautiful.
90s were good too.
The 90s were good, but the 80s is my favorite decade, even though I was only alive for like 5 years of it. But still, I love like watching 80s shows and movies and stuff. So yeah, that's awesome that you got to see all that, because I didn't realize a lot of that stuff came out in the 80s.
Well, and what I'll say, I know I didn't even look up 83. But both of these years where we were all 10, 83 and 95, man, the movies that came out years, when I was looking at the list for 95.
So let's go one for one. Let's go one for one. Go one for one. Give me a movie from 95.
Time. Before we get into that, there's something other that I want to make sure that we cover on here, movie related. And because I've got very strong opinions, and Azkhalon just released a video about it earlier today.
I've not seen it yet.
I don't know if you've seen the trailer, Jason, or if you've heard about it or not. But they earlier this week they released the official trailer for the Until Dawn movie, based on the supermassive Until Dawn video game.
Yep.
Until Dawn got me into watching YouTubers, gaming YouTubers. That's what brought me to YouTube and opened this gateway.
Really?
Until Dawn, because I was so fascinated with that game, and I love horror that got me actually starting to watch people play it. and that's how I found Azkhalon was on here. But so I love Until
Wait.
Dawn.
You found Azkhalon on YouTube,
Yeah,
even though y'all were already friends.
yeah.
Hold on.
Right?
Pause. You were looking up for Until Dawn and found your buddy on here.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess because I
That's
didn't play it
crazy.
on my channel, but I guess somehow
Related stuff, because he was
yeah.
playing indie horror stuff, and I was like, wait a second,
'Cause
that's
I did play the
related.
Quarry, which is the spiritual successor, but yeah,
But
I
that
never played Until Dawn on my
you played
channel.
that much later though.
Yeah,
I found
but I
it way
did play
earlier.
Until Dawn, but yeah.
But so anyway, I watched this trailer earlier this week, and the longer the trailer went, the angrier I got because this is not Until Dawn
Yeah,
at all.
Not.
It's not. It's not the story. It's not the synopsis. It's a whole different looking cast.
yeah.
And that's my issue. And I talked with my buddy Brad on Twitter about this earlier this week because I think he shared it and he was angry about it too. And my problem, like I think it will, I do think it's going to be a good movie. I think
Yeah, and I was kind of mixed about it, but I'll share my thoughts in a second.
I think I'm going to like it. But what I wish they would have done is called it a dark picture series, or tied it to the games released in the Until Dawn universe, and given it its own name. But the fact that they're calling it Until Dawn, people are expecting Until Dawn, and it's not. It's not at all. So I'm angry about that because I'd love an Until Dawn movie that's faithful. And this is not. Is it going to be a good movie? It looks very much like it's going to be a good horror movie. And I will see it. But I'm very glad that I'm not going to go in blind thinking I'm seeing Until Dawn. And instead I'm just going in to see a horror movie. That's
Zach, do you have a movie membership? Do you pay for that yearly membership where you can go anytime you want thing?
I want to. That's something that I've wanted to get. We go to AMC, so it'd be that A-list premiere thing where you could see so many, like up to 3 movies a week or something like that for free. I've got the A-list, or I've got the premiere. Like I don't have the general one. I've got the premiere, which is you pay once a year and you get discounts and stuff like that. But I haven't paid the one that's like $19 or $20 a month to do that. I'd like to, but then that would also mean I am going at night after the kids have gone to bed to see a movie. And
just like Batu and Galaxy's Edge, it's nothing from the movies. It's lame. I know. Yeah. Loosely related.
Loosely related. Yeah. But yeah, not thrilled, but again, that's my thoughts. So Azkhalon, what do you got?
So when I saw the trailer, I already knew that it was going to be an original story set in the Until Dawn universe, but I was still expecting a little bit more from the Until Dawn game. So pretty much what I said in my reaction after I watched the trailer and the video, I kind of felt I had mixed feelings about it. Like I do like some of the stuff that I saw in the trailer. Like I like the whole time loop. And they got to try to figure things out, and each night they end up dying. But the key to breaking the loop is to stay alive until dawn. That's like the only reason why they called it that was for that reason. Right. But what it is missing the different things that made the game so great. And I get that some of the characters in the game, some of the actors like Hayden Panettiere, Rami Malek, or whatever, he won an Academy Award. It's probably a lot of money to try to get them to be in the movie, and so that's probably why they didn't follow the game story. But like Dixon and I was talking about it earlier, I just wish they had just called it something else and said maybe like an Until Dawn story, or it's a spiritual successor, kind of like the Quarry was.
Yes,
but because it's missing so much from the game. Like I did see Wendigos, and if you never played Until Dawn, sorry, I might be spoiling a few things. But I didn't see. There are some Wendigos in it, but that's not like a big part of it. The cabin and being that set in like the mountains and the forest, they got it set in a different place. It loses some of the things that I loved about the movie or the video game. And I get it, it's a movie. It can't be exactly like the video game, but still I wish. I mean, they put some Easter eggs in it in the trailer, and I'm sure there's going to be a few more. But yeah, it's just not the same. And that's the problem with a lot of video game adaptations into movies.
Yeah.
It's just like they slap the name on it because they want people to come watch it.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
want to
yeah, of
make that
course.
money off of it. But then people go in and they watch it, and a lot of times they're disappointed because it's not the same as the video game, or at least even close to it. So a different movie really quickly, and then we'll continue with our 1995 and stuff. But one of my buddies, YouTube buddies, he watched Welcome to Raccoon City, based on
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
Resident
yeah.
Evil. He watched that movie again for the first time in a couple of years, and they try to do so much with that Welcome to Raccoon City, pouring Resident Evil 1 and 2 elements into it. And before it came out, it looked like it was going to be amazing. It was going to be
really
awesome.
did. It did.
But they just dropped the ball on it in so
Fell
many
short.
ways.
It
Yeah,
fell
and it was
short.
just too much. Like they could have just focused on one of the games, and
For sure.
I love the whole, and my buddy points this out. I love the whole background with Chris and Claire being connected to the girl at the orphanage and stuff. Like it was just certain things I wish they had.
It's like you wonder, like they've spent all this money on production, but the story's not
Yes.
there.
Like it looks good. Welcome to Raccoon City looks good, but yeah, the
looks good.
story's not there. It's just all over the
Yeah.
place, and it's
What-
just too much. And so I'm hoping Until Dawn, the movie, I feel like it could have been a horror movie called something else, and I think it would do pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think it's going to be a good horror movie, or at least a decent horror movie. But yeah, slapping that name Until Dawn on it, I was
nothing
like,
for the fandom. Does nothing
Yeah.
for the fandom. Yeah.
it's not like,
Dixie's right here, because what I was going to say kind of ties into that.
yeah,
And there's two different versions of this that works really, really well. Okay. Think of how big The Last of Us is as a series now,
Yes,
and
yes.
how close to the actual video game plot they stayed.
and I
And
think
it was successful.
yeah, and the fact that they did it
Then-
as a show, that's I think that's better than doing it
And
as
then
a
I'll
movie.
say the same for Fallout. And Fallout doesn't follow the games, but there's enough elements that let you know this is that same world.
Yeah,
that
because
makes
Fallout,
it
you
work.
can set it anywhere, really. You can set it
Yeah.
anywhere because that series lends itself to something like that. But
I was about to say
Until
the same
Dawn-
thing. I was about to say the same thing she said, was that I'm excited about the Harry Potter
oh
series.
yeah, definitely.
Making it
Yeah.
a series, you can really dig into this stuff. Like I'm currently listening to the audio book, and I'm about to finish up with the Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
And I'm like,
That's favorite.
when they like when they got to that point, they slowed the book down and gave you a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you had missed. And I thought, I'd forgotten how good that book was, and how good the background information was, and how pivotal and crucial it was. And so I'm hoping with this series, they're really going to be able to break down a lot of that stuff. I'm excited about it. I mean, I hate that the characters are going to be different, but whatever. It's still going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
And we'll fall in love with it again.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all the subplots, that they did not include in the movie play out. Like, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Goblet of Fire is super complex. You're right.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's when they all get complex, that entire series. But yeah, so that's my thoughts about Until Dawn.
I think
So
you're
I
dead
agree
on. I
with
think
you a
you're
lot,
dead on.
Zach.
I'll have to watch it after we do this. I'll get on and watch it after this.
Oh yeah.
So
Maybe we need to. Go ahead.
What were you gonna say, Jason? Go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe when next time we do a show, if there's a movie release that like a trailer or something that we want to talk on the show, just tell everybody to watch it, and then we can get on there and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd
cool.
be
All right,
good.
go ahead, Zach.
So 1995 movies. All right.
One for one. Y'all
we
both throw one, and I'll throw one.
Okay, we already
Okay.
mentioned a couple from 95.
Yeah, we did Toy
We already
Story,
mentioned
Batman
Toy
Forever.
Story. But so this one wasn't like a top 10 grossing thing, but left a huge lasting impression on a lot of us that were 10 at this age. And I cannot even believe that this came out in 95. I thought it came out later, but Billy Madison came out in 1995.
I forgot about
looking
that
at
one.
me,
I did
Swan.
not think that was the one you were going to mention, but yeah.
There
Shampoo
are
is
several
better.
that I'm going to mention, but yeah,
Shampoo
that's,
is better.
but Billy
Madison.
Madison.
I forgot about that
95.
one.
A Doyle rules. A Doyle rules.
Is that the
Yeah,
one
all
where
of
it
those
says,
Adam
"Pee in your
Sandler
pants
movies
is the
kind of
coolest"?
around that time. I can't remember exactly when they came out. Like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, which are making a second one.
For sure.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Big Daddy, all of
Netflix
those.
only.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I didn't think of that one. Awesome.
All right, by the way, just for something funny, merch. Guys that are Azkhalon fans.
Uh-huh.
I'm an Az man.
Yes. The answer is yes. Here's all my money. Please.
Here is, if that came out as man, I am buying it. I am going to.
I need to just hire you, Jason, to design my merch for me.
There we go.
Hey,
Put
and
that
then
on
you
a
could
hat,
have,
Jason.
and then you could have as girls. Come on.
Well, that just takes away from the movie I'm about to mention now.
Okay,
Oh,
so I'm
boy.
just trying to tell you. I know. Listen, everybody's probably like, that guy. He's too old to be so corny, but who cares?
Oh, the potential. So funny story, like the how to name, the origins of the name involves like me and my buddy Tokes. Zach, I don't know if you know Tokes.
Not personally, no.
Okay. Well, his gamer tag was Azkhalon, mine was Azkhalon. So when we played together, we kicked. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, kicking.
So that's kind of
ass.
funny that you mentioned that. But no, the 95 movie that I had, and I love this movie as a kid, and I love the kind of reimagining of this movie that they've done recently with The Rock and Jack Black and stuff. So mine is Jumanji.
Yes.
Oh my
Jumanji
God,
came
really?
out in
Was that
95.
95?
That was
Such
95.
a great movie.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
the original Jumanji, and I love the new movies as well. Newer
Well,
movies.
I do too, and I will. Well, yeah, I know Zach's a big Jungle Cruise guy. He loves that one.
I love Jungle Cruise.
So I'm gonna throw one at you that I think if you've not watched this, nerds, you've got to go watch this movie. It'll probably be super cheesy. It's been years since I've watched it. I may try to get on and watch it on YouTube or something later tonight. Krull, Krull. Krull. If you guys haven't seen it, it's got the little he's got like this throwing. It's like almost like a boomerang type thing, but it's got claws. And when he throws it, it like spins out, kills things, and comes back. But it looks like it's got finger claws. That's a good one that came out. But the big one that I want to talk about was The Empire Strikes Back.
I was about to say, if he doesn't mention that one,
Return of the Jedi.
I was going to
Ending
say,
the
if he didn't
series.
mention Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
But I think I want you guys to go in because you're going to think Krull, but Return of the Jedi was 83, but Krull was huge, and I love that one. I think it's one of those. It's kind of almost like a Conan-ish type, Conan the Barbarian-ish type movie. All right, give me another movie, Zach.
All right, so I'm cheating a little bit. So
I'm starting to cheat too.
I'm cheating. I'm not by looking up, but I'm cheating in the fact that I'm not naming just one. These have to be brought together. Okay, because this year in 1995, it was big for big Disney movies. Big. Okay. You had Toy Story, you had another big tentpole one that I'm not going to mention. But there were 3 movies released in 95 by Disney that huge coming of age type movies that did not get Toy Story love, but for those of us that were kids at this time, big impacts. Okay. Heavyweights.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Big Green.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know that one as well, but yeah.
And I'm saving the best for last here. A Goofy movie.
A Goofy movie.
Oh, for
I
sure.
forgot about that one.
They were not,
Goofy movie.
They're not Toy Story level, and they're not the other major Disney tentpole film of the year, but just as much impact on 10-year-old me.
Glad.
Are you kidding me? Freaking Powerline and Hi Dad's
Keep in
Soup.
mind, I'm 20. I'm 20 when y'all are 10, and I'm still going to those movies.
Well, yeah, that lets you know how good they were.
So what was the other Disney movie? So Lion King was 94. What was
Pocahontas.
95? Okay, Pocahontas. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't really into that one. I remember McDonald's had some toys though that were pretty cool.
Colors of the Wind, baby. Colors.
Oh yeah,
of
Pocahontas.
the Wind.
Zach,
All
you
right,
would love. Go ahead, ask.
Okay, so this movie started a video game like craze when the Nintendo 64 came out.
Yes,
and
it did.
I looked this one up, and I was mad at myself this whole time for not thinking about it. GoldenEye, baby.
Oh yeah.
1995.
GoldenEye sold so many in Nintendo 64s by itself. It's hands down.
Oh man, I remember playing that game with my friends when I was younger, and
That brought people together before Mario Kart did.
yes, it did. It did. Yeah. The Nintendo 64 was such a good console for multiplayer. That was like kind of my first time experiencing all of that.
The good one was huge, getting love these days, even in Disney World merch. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say? One of the most nostalgic, you have to watch it every year. It's a staple to watch this movie.
Christmas
every year at
Vacation.
Christmas. Close.
Scrooged.
Close.
Yeah.
Christmas Story.
83. Yeah, Christmas Story. Yes.
So can you believe that was in 83 and it's still so good and still so relevant? So I love any movie that takes me back to a time period, whether it's Peaky Blinders or any of these movies that are time period piece movies. I mean, I love stuff like that. But like I would say Christmas Story is probably one of my favorites. Let's see. And Zach, if you've never seen this movie, which I'm sure you have, Christine.
Oh yeah,
right. Stephen King. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's a scary one and just a beautiful masterpiece.
Yeah.
Christmas Story is so beautiful. I love any movie that has like narration, like that, not the fourth wall type stuff, but like that narration behind it. That's why I love like secondhand lines and all that stuff. I love movies that have like a cool voice in the background talking you through things. I love that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Zach, Jason too, because y'all are both in Georgia. Does TBS still show the 24-hour Christmas Story every year?
What's TBS?
Oh, TBS. Oh, yeah. It doesn't exist anymore, does it? I forgot about that.
It's sad. Superstation is gone.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Does TNT still exist?
Yes, TNT.
Okay, because I don't have cable. I just do streaming services nowadays.
Yeah.
TBS. Same. I'm pretty sure the TBS channel is still out, but it's not the TBS.
Oh man, that is sad. Yeah, because I remember watching that. During Christmas, they would play it for 24 hours, and I would catch snippets of it and stuff. Like growing up as a kid, I had never seen the whole movie until I was like older, but I would catch like scenes. As I was watching it during the 24 hours. So, oh man, that brings back memories right there.
Here's another 95 one for you.
Okay.
Again, it's hard to believe came out in 95. Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat. Tommy Boy came out in 1995.
Wow.
Chris Farley, David Spade. Oh
man,
that's crazy right there. Can you believe Outsiders came out in 1983?
No, did it really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Outsiders. Yeah.
Like it to me, like there's so. I'm telling y'all, I'm so glad that you guys you can go. You're not so far out that you don't know anything about these movies, because even though when I was 10, like they were still relevant when you were of age.
80s movies were incredible.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, there were classics we used to watch. Well, they weren't classics yet, but now they are.
We didn't think of them as classics then. We do now.
Yeah.
War Games was 1983.
Oh wow,
crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just it was a beautiful time period. It really was.
I didn't realize that many movies came out then, because we always just think of like Return of the Jedi and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
95 was crazy. 95 was absolutely insane with movies. Like, just in looking through it, the amount of culture like change that some of these movies did, like two huge ones in completely different sides of the coin as far as culturally impacted. Okay, one I definitely didn't watch as 10-year-old Zach, but still saw the influence of. The other I definitely did watch as 10-year-old Zach and watched many, many times. Okay, Clueless.
Yep.
Clueless changed the way girls dressed throughout the 90s.
Oh yeah,
Yes, it did.
I mean,
Yes, it did.
it
Yes, it did.
changed things completely.
added
And
some
then,
words to the language and stuff.
then I have to put
Yeah.
these two together. But again, 10-year-old Zach did not see these. I need to preface that. Much older Zach saw these, but the original Bad Boys
Oh, I was gonna mention Bad Boys. That was gonna be my next one.
and Friday.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Came out in 1995.
Yes.
That's
Oh
crazy.
We
That's
got
crazy.
by Felicia when we were 10
yes. Bye,
years
Felicia.
old.
Yep.
Yeah. So Bad Boys was gonna be the one I was gonna mention because
Well, sorry
me
for
and my
stealing
buddy next door, Corey LeCabe, we went. I think he moved when we started middle school. So yeah, Zach, you wouldn't have known him, but we used to pretend to be Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. You know, Mike and what was Martin Lawrence's
Larry? No, what was his
character?
name?
No.
I don't know.
Mike and Marcus.
and
Yeah,
Marcus.
we used to pretend
Marcus.
to be them in the backyard and stuff, and we used to run around and yeah. Oh man, that brings back memories. So yeah, Bad Boys was the one I was going to mention. I forgot about Friday coming out in '95.
There's one movie I'm floored that you haven't mentioned yet from 95.
Really, me?
Floored, yes. Because I've purposely moved around it because I figured you would say it.
Well, like I said, Bad Boys was my next one. I'm looking now online because I'm trying to refresh my memory here a little bit.
All right, Jason. While Azkhalon's looking, give us an 83. Because I know that these are
Scarface. I know no 10-year-old you did not watch Scarface.
No.
Scarface. I don't think even I watched that, but I remember it being out. But I will tell you, this is a funny thing because TV was so different back then. So like I think it's important for people that are watching this that are our age or younger or older to understand that TV, movies, everything was so different. Like what's PG-13 now and what was PG then? Like when you especially as educators, when they say, oh, you can show PG rated movies or you can only show G rated movies. Like I remember bringing in Goonies one time to watch, and then within the first, and I don't know why I didn't think about the first 5 minutes of the film when Chunk says something bad right at the very first of the movie, and you're like, was that real? I don't remember that. Or the Karate Kid, and all these movies in the 80s where you're like you didn't think these movies had language because things were so different back then.
Yeah.
But you think about TV, and of course most of us stream everything. PG movies in the 80s yes, they did.
They were like PG-13 movies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They were like, yes, for sure. Like I remember seeing things that I shouldn't have seen as a kid.
Blazing Saddles was a PG-13 movie.
Yeah,
really.
It's the most racist, horrible, freaking. But it's unheard of now. That movie comes out today, it doesn't even make it out. It's basically on internet only. But like I was thinking about like things when I was a kid. We had TV guides. 16 Candles. We had TV guides. Nobody has TV guides anymore. They still make them, but
we had that in the 90s too. TV guides.
I'll tell you the story.
TV guys.
Yeah, you did. I had a best friend. His name's Bunky. Matter of fact, just found out that Bunky passed away in August. I was telling a buddy of mine that I've been very lucky in my life, and I've made some kind of just very lucky decisions that benefited me. I didn't make a mistake that I could have made easily. And I was saying, I was going to tell you about my friend Bunky who made a mistake, and shout out to Bunky. I know you're probably listening now, but he got mixed up in things, in the 90s when things were getting popular and drugs and stuff. And he was trying to not necessarily pull me in, but asked me to do something for him. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So I was telling my buddy I've been very lucky and made split-second decisions that impacted my life in a positive way that could have gone south. Yeah. So anyway, I looked and he had passed away. But anyway, Bunky would come over and stay all night all the time. And Todd, our friend across the street, would want to come over too. But the very first thing Todd would do is he would have a TV guide in his back pocket, rolled up like a poster. And he would come over and goes, I'm staying all night at your house tonight. I'm staying all night at your house tonight. I was like, Todd, you're not staying all night to me. He goes, yes, I am, because this show is coming on tonight, and it says it has nudity in it. But he would look up the TV guide and see a show that had nudity. And he'd say, I'm
Goodness.
staying at your house. And I'm like, Todd, you're not staying at my house just to watch this stupid movie that comes on at like 2 a.m. We're not watching this. But I just think about like when I was a kid and when you guys were a kid, how different things are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy to think that. It's so different. 10 years is huge, you know?
Yeah,
Anyway.
it really is.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I thought of the movie, Zach, that you're surprised I haven't mentioned yet.
what
Mighty Morphin
movie?
Power Rangers movie.
That's not the one, but
Oh,
that is
that's not the
a
one?
good 95 one.
Yeah, that came out in 95 too. Yeah, I just saw it and I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that came out
Big
in
was
95.
PG. Huge, great movie, by the way. Big. Yeah.
Oh, Big, yeah.
We were blessed with peak Mel Gibson in 1995.
Oh,
They may
for
take
sure.
our lives,
yeah.
but
I
they'll
knew
never
which one
take
you were going to
our
mention there.
freedom.
Wait, was that 95?
95 was Braveheart. We got
Yeah,
William
Braveheart was
Wallace in
95.
1995.
So
Yeah.
the reason so let me tell you my thought process on this. Were the movies better in the 80s? Are they better in the 90s? Because honestly, to be honest, when I looked it up, it was saying that these 2 decades had some of the best movies that came out. The early 90s and the 80s, some of the best movies ever made. And they're movies we still watch today. So it's kind of crazy. So you could probably go through a list and just pick any movie out of the 80s, any movie. Oh, the autograph. Where's my autograph book? Oh, that's funny. Where's my? That's so funny. But I just think it's cool, but that those movies. I don't know. I feel like movies today are just not great. I don't know. I'm really disappointed in movies right now.
Yeah.
Since she says I'm an 80s girl, but I like the 90s movies better. Yeah.
Well,
That's
like
fair.
in 95 alone, you had The Usual Suspects.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So many folks still watch that for the twist. You had Seven.
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
kidding me?
7.
What's in the box? What's in the
Seven.
box?
Exactly. And then
Wow,
you
I didn't think about 7 either.
completely. You had Get Shorty.
Get
Are you
Shorty.
kidding
Okay.
me?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So like we were blessed, and to me, we had one of the most like cult comic book movies that still has a huge following today. That for whatever reason, I really know the reason why it didn't do well. But we had Judge Dredd in 95.
Judge Dredd.
I love Judge Dredd. I love Judge Dredd.
Fantastic.
I've never
Judge
seen
Dredd.
the Sylvester Stallone one, which is the 95 one. I
That
did
is.
see the Carl Urban one.
Oh,
though,
Urban
and
one? Yeah.
I like that one. I need to watch the Sylvester Stallone.
You
one, though.
do,
I've never
because
seen it.
you'll enjoy it too. But it's Sly, and Sly's hard to understand under a mask, and that's why it didn't do very well.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
you know, nowadays
Two
you could
more
say
from 95.
Apollo 13. Yeah,
Apollo
Batman
13.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about Batman Forever, but yeah, Apollo 13. Wow. Yeah.
Azkhalon, you're gonna be mad when I tell you this movie from 95.
Go ahead,
I
throw
just
it
knew
to him,
you'd
throw
be
it to him.
saying.
Well, I was thinking, Mortal Kombat came out in
Yes,
95 as well.
Mortal
Okay.
Kombat came out in 95. That's what I've been
yes.
waiting for.
Yes, yeah, I just saw it as I was scrolling through. See, it came out in August, so I'm on Wikipedia, and it's by
Was
month.
Gump 95?
Was Gump 95?
I don't think Gump was
Forrest
95.
Gump was 94.
Was it? Forrest
Was
Gump.
it?
She had that on there. It might, if she
Somebody
had to
look
look
it
it
up.
up. If she puts it
Oh,
on
it's
there, on
94.
there.
Forrest Gump is
94.
94.
Okay, I was about to say that would have been the first thing to pop up.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I would've
you are
thought.
not.
But
you are
hey,
not
94,
wrong.
close
National
enough.
Lampoon's Vacation was 83. by the
Was
way.
83?
That,
Wow, I
it
got
was
that right.
83. You were
Wow.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Mom was 83.
Yeah, we
Great
touched on
movie.
Jumanji earlier.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we hit Jumanji.
Psycho
Yeah, that was one of the
2.
first ones.
Let's see.
Desperado came out 95 as well.
I'm
This
telling
is
you.
crazy.
Crimson Tide.
This was such a good idea, Jason. Yeah, man.
Yeah. The Right Stuff came out in 83. I think we.
All
mentioned
right,
that,
stuff was a
Is
fantastic movie.
that the Tom Cruise one, the football one? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no.
Well,
Yeah. That's
He
right,
plays
that's
like
right.
DB or something. Yeah.
You can tell Clay's coming late to the party.
Yeah, we touched on Bad Boys.
I just thought, even though I'm older than you guys, like our love for movies and things that are nerdy, it comes from a different time period, but we're close enough to where those fandoms and those nerdy things we like kind of I like, because probably what happened is your parents or your dad, your family had things that they gave you when you were little. And you're like, what's this? What's He-Man? What's this? And those were toys that y'all used or had. She was sorry. Oh, Clay says hanging with the nephews, but I just thought that was a lot of fun to kind of talk about the time periods.
Yeah.
that was
Well, hold
awesome.
on. I got to mention one of the worst movies of 1995, since we've been talking about the best. Or so I've heard. Showgirls came out in 95.
Yeah, that's bad.
I just saw that on here.
That is bad. Yeah, that's really bad.
That's right up there with another one from that. This one's not as bad as Showgirls. I don't know if anything is, but I think it was To Die For with Nicole Kidman.
Okay. I've heard of that one, but yeah, I don't really know that one.
But man, yeah, we picked 2 good years for movies.
Oh,
man.
yeah, definitely.
We had Ace Ventura 2 that year.
I don't think I've seen the second one of that one.
We had Casper.
Oh yeah, Casper. Yeah, Casper
with Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
So
Mallrats came out in 95.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Crazy. I just thought this would be a fun topic.
That is.
It was definitely.
We got to do more stuff like that. That was a good trip down memory lane.
I'll get some more for future, but that was good. That was
maybe
good.
we can look at the year maybe we graduated or high school or something. Like see what's going on in 2003 for us. And
I think it's important to kind of give people like a perspective of like, does 10 years really make a big difference? And it does.
Yes, it absolutely does.
And you forget that certain movies came out in certain years. You're like, wow. Like the movies y'all mentioned, I didn't look at y'all's. I just said, I don't want to look at 95. I want to look at the 83 and see what comes up, because I just thought that'd be fun. Because, all of us enjoy movies. We love video games. We love all that stuff. So it's just fun.
Well, and just the technology changes too, from the 80s to the 90s, up to today it's just mind blowing. Like I tell my students all the time, I'm so lucky that I was born when I was to get to see like things, how the technology has changed, because I don't know how much more it can change for them, but
we're the generation that went from road maps to MapQuest to GPS. So we have seen
and Google Maps, and we went from Game Facts, with the video games, to the guides. You had the different published guides, and now you can look at YouTube videos for video games. So it's just crazy.
So y'all's 10 in 1991, Read 'em and Weep, Silence of the Lambs, Beauty and
Oh,
the
Dixie
Beast,
had to share her
10-year-old.
year-old.
Terminator 2 is really
baby.
Good. Thelma and Louise.
That's some good
crazy.
ones.
That is a good one.
Terminator 2. That's good.
Yeah, Terminator 2
All right,
is good.
We don't want to keep Jason too much longer. We've almost been on here an hour and a half again, and with him being on location, don't want to pull him away from the family for too long. So I'll let you guys wrap it up, and then we'll close out for this week, this live.
So did you have any other categories, Jason? No, I'm just curious.
I do, so we can hit those next time for sure.
Okay.
We can hit those next time. I've got some good ones. I'll actually send you these. I just kind of wanted to keep this one under wraps because I thought this will be interesting, and you guys are quick enough that I figured you could easily look it up really fast and keep it going. So that was fun.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Jason, start us off with our sign-offs, bud.
All right. So let's see. Real quick. Appreciate you guys watching tonight and listening, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. I don't know what I've got coming up in the near future. I do have a few things coming up that are going to be huge, but my big thing is for you guys, and I said this today with a few people, is that there's nothing too big. There's nothing too hard that you can't figure out if you just have the know-how. Motivation's huge. A big thing I talked about my students this last week was that motivation makes miracles happen. Your motivation, whether it's through doing more YouTube stuff, doing this thing, is like find things that motivate you, and they'll never feel hard. So if you're wanting to learn a really hard skill, if you want to learn it, that's motivation, and it won't seem hard, even though it seems impossible. If you're motivated, so I always tell my kids, find motivation this week. whenever we see you guys next week, 2 weeks, whatever time, just find things that motivate you, whether it's what's your motivation to lose a little weight, what's your motivation to be a little more active, or to do productive things. But I always tell people, do hard things, do things that challenge you, and just be kind to people. So.
All right, Azkhalon, I won't steal your thunder this week.
Man, I keep having to follow Jason, I think, and with those profound things.
Sorry.
No, that's awesome though. No, that's really awesome. I got a video coming out hopefully on Monday for my channel. College Football 25. I'm looking at some more team builder uniforms. I'm doing some HBCUs. A few people have requested that, so I'm in the process of still editing that one. So hopefully it'll be out for Monday, which is MLK Day. So I guess that's kind of fitting for that. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, got some horror stuff coming soon. Trying to wrap up Amanda Adventurer 2, and I got some other horror games coming. Some Chillo's art stuff.
Yeah.
Coming back to my channel pretty soon. And just some couple of ideas I've been kind of thinking about. One of my buddies, he does like video essays about video games. And, you know, I'm an English guy, I'm an English teacher. So I've been thinking about doing some video essays for my channel in the future. Just trying something a little different. Seeing if you guys will enjoy it, those of you that check out my videos. But that's what I got coming up. And yeah, just we might get some snow next week again. So fingers crossed for that.
Every teacher everywhere.
Oh yeah, I love my students, but I love some time away from them too. So
we'll have a new vlog come out on Monday. Jess and I went and tried out a restaurant we haven't been to before.
Awesome.
So that'll be coming out Monday. And then I did spill the beans to Chad last week so he could get excited. So I'll tell you guys, we are headed down to Sir Henry's Loves Revenge Valentine's Trail.
I told him already.
So can't keep a secret, this guy.
I already told him, well, just so he could prepare, but we're doing it. But here's the secret part, because that wasn't so secret. He had been begging for that. But because it falls on the beginning of our...
to this though? Is he listening to this?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
Because it falls on the beginning of our winter break, we don't have to come back as soon. Like, instead of going down there, doing the event Saturday, come home Sunday, boom, school. We're coming home Monday. We're actually doing the event Sunday night. And then Saturday night, we are going to be there and we are going to be scare acting. We're volunteering. Awesome. We're going to be working on the trail, scaring people. That's
awesome.
Loves Revenge.
I don't know how it's going to work, but you got to get some footage of that.
Yeah. So huge thank you to my friends at Sir Henry, Zach, Calvin, Brad, Amanda for, coming together and helping us get this going, because Chad wanted to do some scare acting this year. That was on our, 2025 goals. And so we're going to be able to do that. And so he's real excited.
Yep. Crushing goals already for 2025. That's cool.
So if anybody's watching this on the replay and you're going to be at Sir Henry's on Saturday night, look for Coca Culture. We'll be on the trails somewhere.
That's awesome.
I love it.
That is awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks to Jason. Thanks to Azkhalon for being on here and keeping me thoroughly entertained on Saturday night.
It was fun.
Thank you for having us. Our gracious host.
Zach.
Yep. So until next time, guys.
What's your why?
Yeah, we used to have.
What's your why?
You could have been anywhere in the world, anywhere at all. But
no, we got to say your closing.
Some of your Saturday night to spend with your boys.
Yeah.
We were your why tonight.
Yes, y'all absolutely were my why tonight. I did need this very, very bad.
Awesome.
But all right, you guys, we'll catch you on the flip next time.
Peace. Yep.